Is it so? Oh, it's 2:00.
It is 2 o'clock straight up. Yeah, it is time to start this. So
Right.
welcome everybody. I will let Jennifer do the official introductions, but this is Jennifer John Meyer, Creative Manager at Alamo Drafthouse Springfield. COVID-19 has given her some extra time so she can come do trivia with us, and I will let her take it from here.
Hello. Thank you guys for coming. This is new for me. Usually we do a lot of these things around people, but we are all indefinitely furloughed to stop the spread, which is very responsible. And it has taught me how very little I know about graphic design. So we have a program that we call Trivia Tuesday. But it's not Tuesday, it's Thursday, but I couldn't really change the format of this. So we're going to do Trivia Tuesday. Just kidding, it's Thursday, coming at you live, and we're getting ready to start. So with the interest of time constraints, this is a little scaled back version, but I did 4 rounds. We have some classic TV, some classic movies, some classic game shows, and then a bonus audio little daily double round, so to speak. So I hope you guys are ready. Get your towels out because it's about to go down. Here we go. Round 1, we're calling lights, camera, action, and our first question is, who played the Siren in the original Batman TV series? Remember the Siren? An apt character name, I think, for this actress, not to give away too much. So I'll give you a little time to think about that. I also want to point out that I am, in fact, wearing a robe. I wear this every day. Sometimes I switch it out for a warmer robe. But I felt like, we're just being real here. It's a different world and we're all doing the best we can. So I thought I may as well not pretend that I'm not wearing this every day. All right. I am going to move on to the next question. And remember, if this comes to you later, you can always put it in your headspace or write it down. The rules are we're playing fast and loose, so there are no rules. Question number 2. What was the first name of the person that The Fugitive was accused of killing? The old show The Fugitive later became a movie in 1993 with Harrison Ford. Great movie, great show. What was that person's first name? It's tricky, you think you know trivia, and then you go to look things up, or you get asked a question and you realize maybe I'm not familiar with that after all, or maybe you are, in which case you're much smarter than me, because these were all curveballs. All right, question 3. Which sitcom was the first scripted television program to be filmed before a live studio audience? If you guys remember this, my sister thought she did and then didn't. So that means it's as close to easy as we're probably going to get. But it is a very well-known, beloved sitcom, very funny, great actress at the helm. And it was the first.
What was it? You know. What was it, Don? They just said it.
Who was it?
It's I Love Lucy.
There's one for everyone. Not that I just gave it away, but that's absolutely correct. So we'll circle back on that in a minute. But yes.
Ridge takes the point.
Yes. Heck yes. All right. Good one. Good one.
And by the way, we were going to do it where we write down answers for every round, but with everything getting crazy in every building, if you know it, just unmute and shout it out. Let's get crazy.
Yeah, we are getting crazy. We're making up the new rules. New world, new rules, new us, same robe. Okay, next question. Which Gunsmoke actor was a veteran of the Anzio campaign of World War II? It's tough. Gunsmoke, great show. I used to watch that. I remember it being on Sunday mornings. We had some Bonanza, we had some Gunsmoke. We sat around the TV, which was tiny and black and white, in my dad's office. Great.
Right,
Memories.
Got a chat from Mary Robinson. Is the answer Arnis?
Oh, is it? Yes. Yes.
James Arnis?
Yes, it is. Very, very good. I'm really proud of you guys. Nailed it. You're all way smarter than me. I mean, I suspected it going in, but it's confirmed. All right, next question. With a 14-year ride, this show was the longest running of the 50s era sitcoms. I love this show. And it was I will say this, it was about a very talented family. A lot of talents. And yeah, I don't want to say more than that without giving it entirely away, but I have.
Say what you think it is. No. Is it the Partridge Family?
It is not the Partridge Family, but it is about a family.
Ozzie and Harriet?
Yes!
Yay!
Pictures of Ozzie and Harriet.
Woo!
Beautiful.
All right.
Their son, Ricky Nelson, had a great little music career. His twin sons, Matthew and Gunnar, also had a music career in the early 90s. I saw them in concert. I wish I could have seen Ricky Nelson in concert. He was my first crush. All right, next question. Which 1968 cop show was the brainchild of Aaron Spelling? We all know Aaron Spelling. He was pretty good at coming up with shows. And his daughter, Tori Spelling, was in Beverly Hills 90210 in the 90s and a bunch of other stuff, but that's forever the only thing I'll think of. All right, this one, Cop Show 1968.
Jane says Mod Squad.
And that is correct.
Good
Boom.
job, Jane.
That's what. Yeah. Okay, the next question. Oh, wait, it's time for answers as if we don't know. So for the ones that we didn't get, Joan Collins was the siren in the original Batman TV series. Apt casting, I feel. Great actress, Joan Collins. Next question. Helen was the name of the person that the fugitive was accused of killing. Poor Helen. Didn't kill her. All right.
We
And-
have another chat that's very exciting, not to interrupt, but Nikki who got that, or Nikki is who's chiming in, Jane who got that answer correct, her son was on Mod Squad.
Oh, that's so cool.
What a day.
We need to have a story time about that at some point. I mean, I know I have to do these questions, but we should totally set that up because I would love to hear about that. As we know, James Arnis is the Gunsmoke actor. Nailed that one. No trouble. I Love Lucy was the first scripted television program filmed before a live studio audience. The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet. Nelson with a 14-year run, the longest running of the 50s era sitcoms. And as we were just discussing, the Mod Squad, Aaron Spelling's Cop Show in the late 60s. Okay, you guys ready to get visual? Got some pictures coming up with some words. I'm going to say the words, you're going to look at the pictures, and we'll see what we come up with. All right, are you all ready for this? I'm going to take it as a yes, and here we go. All right, everybody knows the name of the youngest child from this beloved TV show about a family. But what about this poor guy? What about this guy? You remember him? He had one of my favorite names of any character. First name. The last name was fine. I mean, it was good too, but the first name, really good. Also my nickname during middle school. Nobody? All right.
That is not Wally. Anybody have one more guess? Although he was also forgotten in favor of his brother. Jennifer knows a lot about that.
And how? All right, I'm going to move on. You guys think on it, think on it. All right, My Fair Lady was a huge success on the big screen, but it was also one on stage. So does anyone know what year the production made its Broadway debut? And if you do, you are officially the smartest person alive, because I felt like that was a really hard question. It started with 19. I'll give you that. I feel like I'm really giving it away, but you deserve it. You deserve it. I'm going to do it. Okay. Think on it. Think on it. Take your time. We've got time.
We've got a couple of guesses.
Let's hear them.
1948,
It's not 48, a little later.
and more vaguely, the 50s or 60s.
I like that's the kind of answers I like to throw out. One of those decades is correct.
Oh, what about, we've got one more, 1952.
Oh, that is much closer. Much closer, but not that answer. So you guys think of other numbers that start with 195, and we'll move on. You
We've
don't
also got a 1954. I don't know the answer, so I'm just going to keep shouting them.
closer. Oh, you're hot. If we were playing hot and cold, I'd be like, oh, you're almost burning yourself. Okay, moving on. Name this Truman Capote character and the title of the movie she graced. Isn't she beautiful? Absolutely luminous. And she probably looked like that all the time.
We have Breakfast at Tiffany's. Now we're going to do split points because Westlake got Breakfast at Tiffany's faster, but the Boulevard got Holly faster.
Nice. Yes. Breakfast at Tiffany's, character Holly Golightly, Audrey Hepburn, beautiful, everyday of her life, amazing actress. Good job, guys. And we're ready to go to the next one. This TV show started with a fiery horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty, well, you know the rest. Or do you? Let's find out.
Lone Ranger
Yes.
from Kent Ridge.
Lone Ranger. Oh, we lost.
I feel like you should get partial point for that.
You were the first to say it out loud.
It's true. We could do it out loud.
We could have a next level to this feud.
That's right. That's right. Very good, guys. Then we have the main character and namesake of this show was known for his catchphrase, bless your pea-picking heart.
Oh, it looks like Kent Ridge.
Shane says Tennessee Arnie Ford.
That is correct. Woo! Very good. Good little catchphrase too. I like it. Okay, next question. This television show's main character carried business cards printed with this chess piece. Does anyone remember this one?
We've got Boulevard, Have Gun, Will Travel.
Yes, that is correct. Have
Rachel-
gun, travel.
Rachel, you type too fast. Do we need to ban you from the computer?
Rachel, what are you doing? What are you doing? Think about it.
Typing at the speed of light.
Look at that cool chess piece though. That's a cool. All right, next question. Oh, that's all right. That's round two. So the answers, I think there were a couple that we didn't get yet. Lumpy Rutherford. Guys, remember Lumpy just out there doing his best every day, just being a supporting character? Leave It to Beaver. Lumpy, he's a little Dickens. All right. And the next one, Holly Golightly got that one. Lone Ranger got that one. 1956, you guys were just edging up, so close. But 1956 was the Broadway debut of My Fair Lady. And then the Tennessee Ernie Ford Show nailed that one. And Have Gun Will Travel. All right. Now, even though it feels much like we're already playing a game show, we're making round three officially about game shows. Classic era game shows. There were so many. When I was doing research for this, I it was very hard to narrow it down because I had no idea just how many there actually were. So I picked some out. So let's take a trip down that little memory lane, and here we go. All you had to do was say the secret word to win $100. Name that game show.
I was muted. Kittredge came in first, barely, with You Bet Your Life.
All right.
Although Rachel was the first to type it without typos. Sorry, Kaylin, I had to call you out on that.
Nice, nice. Way to go. Boom. Great. Look at that little Mark's boy. While this short-lived game show only ran from March to September 1965 in the US, the UK version aired for years. This is a little tricky. This is a tricky one. I don't even know what that word is. Garber.
Clearly Garbier. Garbery.
Garbery.
Seems like a
Probably
real word.
that. Yep, pretty sure.
No races to the keyboard on this one.
All right. Well, let's.
Rachel shrugging. Boulevard's given up.
All right. Moving on. Okay. The dating game had several guests who later became celebrities. Name this musically comical dark-haired gentleman contestant. He's the one on the right. Just a dark-haired, handsome young lad. In no way should you look at that dark hair as far as who he is now. In fact, I think it went gray to white immediately after this picture was taken.
Can tell you from experience, the dark hair might cause some confusion because that's how I missed it.
He's a comedian, also known for his ability to play a musical instrument. And he's my favorite actor of all time, which shouldn't really give you any clues because we just met. But trust me, he is. All right, I'm going to move on.
This makes me feel better about myself. Thank you all for that moment.
Yeah. We all struggle, you know, like I don't know that I would have known that as much as I adore him. And my favorite movie is one of his movies from the 70s. Still, I don't know that I would have known this was him. All right. Well, most people knew the show as He Said, She Said, which featured celebrities on the panel. The pilot had a different name and ordinary contestants, which were not, I mean, who's really ordinary? We're all special in our own way, but people that the world didn't know were originally contestants on the pilot, which they clearly said, that's not going to work. Let's get celebrities in here. The point is, what was the pilot called? It's really hard. I know. Okay. Game shows are supposed to be hard, though. We can't just give that money away. All right.
Also, nobody's winning any money. I want to clarify that now. Sorry.
And side note, fun fact about Let's Make a Deal. They had to give that money back that they won, you know, in the crowd, and then get a check weeks later with taxes taken out. So, all right, next question.
Oh, we've got one from Kittredge. Tell the truth.
I think that's actually right. I'm going to have to circle back on that because it was so hard. I don't even remember. I think that's correct, though. We're going to find out real soon. Okay. That's funny. Next question. This celebrity loaded game show pulled celebrities. Betty White. Hi, Betty White. For answers and aiding contestants, but the real entertainment was in the off the cuff riffing. I also love Richard Dawson. His hair and his blazers were consistently on point, and he was a
We've got Match Game.
That is correct. Match Game. Woo! It's the theme song's in my head right now. All right. Now, here was something fun I did not know. I didn't realize exactly how long this game show ran. This is host Bill Malone. On which game show was he pushing a cart in 1965? Are those entirely cigarettes behind him? It seems to be. Don't let that fool you. But seriously, are those all cigarettes? I think they are.
Oh, Supermarket Sweep.
Yes! I love this show, and I didn't realize that they had it in 65. I watched it in 80s and 90s and dreamt of being on there almost as much as I wanted to be on Price is Right. So great show. Definitely always go for the big hams. Okay.
Definitely the hams.
You want to load up on the hams. Okay. The next question. Oh, just kidding. I can't keep up. All right. So round 3 answers. We had a couple we didn't get on this. You Bet Your Life. That's the game show with Groucho Marx. Next question. Oh, Call My Bluff. Did anybody recall that later? Call the Bluff? I didn't. I wasn't familiar with that at all. Of course, it did only run for 6 months, but still. All right, the next one. That is Steve Martin. Steve Banjo Martin from my favorite movie, The Jerk, and countless other things. He is just a beautiful man and a legend, and I love him very much, and that's him. And the next one, The Match Game. Got that one. Nailed it. It had to be you. Was that the answer that we said? I can't remember.
No, we guessed Tell the Truth.
Oh, it should have been that. At least guessed, you can't be afraid to guess, and I respect that. And then Supermarket Sweep was the Bill Malone 1965. All right, now we have a few questions on movie magic. How's everybody doing, though? First, are you feeling good? Are you feeling good about everything? You have any comments? What's everybody wearing? Is anybody else wearing a robe a lot? Just me. Actually, it's a little warm in here. I'm going to take mine off because I also want you guys to see my shirt. It's fine. I'm fine. We're fine. I feel like that's where we are. Like, I know that we're not really able to get out and the world is different right now, but I'm really grateful for the opportunity to meet all of you guys because I wouldn't have otherwise. So I'm going to take that victory where I can. And I hope that you've had time to get ready for this final round of Movie Magic. Everybody good? You ready for this? All right, here we go. What was Mildred Pierce's occupation at the end of Mildred Pierce? She went through a journey. If anyone is familiar with that movie, she's a fighter. She's a tough lady, and I like her a lot. And this is what she did at the end after she went through her journey and succeeded. I'm very proud of her, Mildred Pierce.
We've got a guess here from Jane, VP, Vice President.
I like VP, but no, she was not. Well, I mean, she could have called herself that, I guess, but that was not the correct answer. All right.
Nope.
Okay.
Thought we had something going. It was clearly just a seat shift.
Okay. All right. The next question. What actor was originally considered for the role of Rick in Casablanca? This was one that I guessed and got correct, but it was pure dumb luck.
Kent Ridge is coming in with Clark Gable.
No, but that's a really good guess. This actor went on to switch careers and become even more famous.
How about Humphrey Bogart?
No. Yep, another good guess. He, after his acting career, he became nationally renowned for a completely different line of work. We remember him to this day. as
we've got, oh, Jane, you're killing it. How about Reagan?
yes, Ronald Reagan, originally considered for the role of Rick in Casablanca. He didn't win that role, but he did win America's hearts with his presidency. So at least most of us. Okay, next question. Edward G. Robinson plays an insurance investigator in which movie? It is not an easy one. It is 2 words. I will say that. 2 words. Edward G. Robinson, insurance investigator, which somehow sounds both boring and fascinating as a career. All right.
Double Indemnity.
That is correct. Very,
Nicely done, Boulevard.
very good. Double Indemnity. All right. You know, I will say that you guys were blasting through these, and I'm quite sure we're going to finish early. But I'm going to just keep going because I'm really proud of you, and it just gives me an idea of how much we're capable of doing in an hour. So, in the 1940 adaptation of Pride and Prejudice, and there have been many adaptations. So this was the 1941. Who played Mr. Darcy? It is, I will say, not easy. I have not myself seen the 1940 adaptation. I do think this is a great Austen book. If anybody's had the chance to read it, very good. I remember that Colin Firth is just adorable, and he was a later adaptation of Mr. Darcy. And I'm just gonna move on. You guys.
We just had a guest come through. Olivier.
Cindy Craig. Oh, sorry.
It is Laurence Olivier.
Oh,
Very nice. Very good. That is correct.
Nicely done, Westlake. We didn't need those question marks at the end.
No, I didn't see him, but I'm sure she's right. Okay. And we're already at the round 4 answers. So restaurant owner was Mildred Pierce's occupation at the end of Mildred Pierce. She was always a very good baker, always did cakes to make money while her husband was gone. And then at the end, she turned it around and she became a restaurant owner. Then Ronald Reagan nailed it for the role of Rick in Casablanca. Laurence Olivier, great spelling of a great name for a great guy. And Double Indemnity, nailed that. All right, so because you guys have flown through all of these, I also wanted to have a way to do a music round, but I'm not smart enough to figure out how to incorporate the music yet. That's gonna take some more practice. So I'm going to my girl Shannon, and she is going to play. This is a movie that I just actually watched last night. It's very long, it's very iconic, and it opens with an equally iconic instrumental that you should be able to know maybe when you hear it. So, Shannon, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. Tell me when you're ready.
I am ready.
Okay, are you all ready?
Stop sharing, and I will share this piece of musical beauty.
Okay. Here we go.
All right.
We've got time. Go ahead, take your time.
Here we go. Say that again.
Oh,
I
Rachel.
know we had a guess. Rachel snuck it in.
Rachel snuck it in. It is 2001, A Space Odyssey. A very long movie, very little dialogue overall, but really fascinating Stanley Kubrick movie from, I believe, 1968. So, do we have a tally of where we are on everybody?
I am adding some numbers right now. And it looks like Rachel and her fast fingers with the Boulevard team took this one.
I will tell you, it's all Jenny. She's a genius.
Price is Jenny. That's amazing.
You guys did great. And Jane, all on her own, second place.
Way to go, Jane.
And Kentridge, I'm sorry about Kaylin's typing skills. You guys did great. You came in a strong and close third.
That's awesome. Well, guys, I honestly thought with this many questions that it would take us a little bit longer. So I apologize to you for that. If we do this again, I'm going to do double. And then if you guys have any suggestions or any trivia themes that you would like to see or questions, I'd be happy to come back sometime because the movie theaters aren't open. I don't know if you've heard, but they're not, and that's okay. That's okay. It's the safest way to go, and so we're fine with that. So I'll be here just spinning my wheels, thinking of trivia to do, and I wanted to reiterate that it's okay sometimes to just wear a robe. It's okay to just be yourself and just forge this new world together separately.